The Casio AE1200, which is lovingly nicknamed the Casio Royale, has been on release for nearly 15 years. It's one of Casio's best watches in terms of price and features. And yet for all this time there is another feature hidden in the settings menu which has been kept away from us. Once this feature has been unlocked and turned on, the watch can do this. Some of you may already be aware that on some Casio watches you can unlock some extra hidden features. Like for example on the W800, it doesn't come with a countdown feature as standard, but this feature can be unlocked fairly easily. The reason that features are disabled in some watches is that Casio sometimes reuses the same circuit board across various models, and in order to differentiate them, they just disable features in some watches while they enable them in others. The AE1200 on the other hand is a fairly well-specced watch. It comes with a stopwatch, countdown timer and dwell time as standard. However, it doesn't come with a flash alarm as standard, which is usually reserved for more premium models such as G-Shocks. Just in case you didn't know, a flash alarm is a mode that enables the backlight to flash when the alarm, countdown timer or hourly time signal goes off. And for demonstration purposes, here's how it looks like on a G-Shock DW6900. So for all this time, this feature has also been present in the AE1200. Enabling flash alerts may be useful if you're struggling to turn off your watch's alarm in the morning and you're wondering where you've left it on your headboard, as you get a visual as well as audible cue to the alarm. If you want to know how to unlock flash alerts at your own risk on the AE1200 Casio Royale, here's how. I also recommend that you watch the whole video before attempting. The first thing to do is to take off the backplate and to remove the module. I've been asked a few times as to what type of screwdriver is required, and it's this, size 00. Once you've taken out the module, unclip the metal chassis from the plastic module. Then remove the circuit board from the plastic frame. You should be able to pull it out as it's not stuck down with glue. On the underside of the circuit board you'll see a piece of card covering the processor chip. This can also be removed. Now this is the side of the circuit board that we'll need to make a change to in order to unlock the flash alert feature. I didn't discover this hack, so I'll give full credit to the Redditor by leaving a link to their post. In their post what they said to do was to solder these two jumpers together to form a circuit. If we look closely you can see that there's a gap between these two jumpers and we need to join them together. Where I'm going to add value is I'm going to show you how to join these two jumpers together without using a soldering iron. What you'll need is one of these, which is a conductive pen. They're not very expensive and I paid about €3 or €4 for it from AliExpress. So it's going to be easier to use and cheaper if you don't already have a soldering iron. Before using it on the watch, practice drawing lines and making small dots with it first, so that you get some idea of how much paint comes out of the pen. You'll have to give it a shake first before using. Once you're ready, apply the paint onto the area where I showed you earlier. And here's what the circuit board looks like when the two jumpers are connected together using the conductive paint. And that's it, that's all you have to do for the mod, so I'll quickly show you how to put the watch back together. First thing to do is to put the cardboard back over the processor chip. Then put the circuit board back into the plastic frame, making sure that the LCD display is the right way up. It should clip back into place. Next thing to do is to connect it to the other half that contains the metal frame. When it's back together, the LCD display will be activated, but it may look a little strange, like this. To fix this, perform an AC reset by inserting one end of a tweezer into the hole marked AC and the other end into a metal part of the watch. And that's how you carry out an AC reset, because it resets the time back to 12 o'clock. Before inserting the module back into the watch case, give the display a clean to remove any dust or dirt. Reseat the gasket back into the groove, and it's also worth applying some watch gasket grease if you have some. One last thing to watch out for before screwing the backplate back on is to check that the tiny spring for the buzzer is still in place. Tighten the screws, but don't over tighten. To turn on flash alerts, hold down the adjust button until the seconds are blinking. Then use the mode button to scroll to the FL or flash alert setting. Press the search button to turn on flash alerts. And now the backlight will flash whenever the buzzer sounds for the alarm, countdown timer or hourly signal. This mod also increases the duration of the buzzer for the alarm to 20 seconds. I appreciate you watching and I'll catch you next time.